Hi guys, 14 Prime here with another episode of Custom Corral. And if you didn't see the first one, essentially what we do here is we take a look at smaller projects I've done or things that just don't really need an entire dedicated video. Either I painted a couple extra details, changed some stuff, or just did one little guy that, like I said, just it doesn't really need a dedicated video. So we're gonna cover a couple of them at once. And so here we have the 3 subjects for today. But we're gonna go ahead and get into them from left to right. We'll scoot these 2 over. And we'll bring forward Twinferno. Now, I don't know if I've discussed this toy on the channel at all, but I love it. See if I can get the camera angle just a little bit better. But I adore this toy. I adore the design. And it's insane that Twinferno just briefly had this little bit of fame around like 2015, 2016. He got that Titans Return toy. Then it became its Corral Legends toy. He got this one. He got a Legion class version of this one, which I also have and adore. But whenever I got it, I really didn't like all the red he had on him because I'm used to that black deco of the Titans Return. So I kind of married the 2 a little bit. But the thing about this is I did this several years ago before I gained my vendetta against glossy black paints because I don't know if I mentioned this on the channel, but I despise glossy black paint now. Like the paint that Hasbro always uses, that's like, it's way too shiny of a black and it doesn't match the matte finish most of their other paints and toys have at all. And it just irks me. Every now and again, I'll even like fully repaint the black on a toy, like the Core Class Dinobots from Legacy Evolution, repaints it all their black to semi-gloss. I couldn't stand it. So since I don't have any of the glossier black I used on this, I'm gonna show what I would have used, which is the semi-gloss black that I primarily use today. I've thought about buying another one and redoing it and maybe adding a few more details, but I haven't got around to it and I might not ever, who knows. But I did use some gray surface primer. This is the spray semi-gloss black that I would use. I did use a regular spray black, which is very glossy. And then semi-gloss black, which again, I would use just I used a regular black, but I don't have it. So semi-gloss is just what I would have used. And then semi-gloss clear coat, which I don't think I even clear coated those wings when I initially did this. So, but yeah, I do like how the black kind of helps darken the deco a little bit because initially the wings were red, the helmet was red, and these were red. But I figured the extra black, it kind of breaks them up a little bit, makes them look a little bit less basic. It also highlights the color of the arms a little bit more and even makes the red chest pop instead of being just red and then red. I didn't change the cockpit up here. It's still just red, which I think is fine. Like having red going down the middle of the jet and then black wings, then gray surrounding it. Like it just looks cool. I also didn't change the fire effects, which, I mean, I could technically get some orange spray and do it, or like do some orange at the base and have it fade to red. I don't know. Like I said, if I ever redo it, maybe that would warrant an entire video because I would definitely add more detail to them if I did it today. So who knows? Maybe we'll revisit this one of these days. Which actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just show the jet mode. Let's just transform it. I don't think I've transformed a toy on screen in a long time. So today's the day. I'm not gonna go in depth through the transformation because that's not what we're here for. I just want to show off how cool this jet mode is. It's also pretty easy to flip back and forth through. Come on, Leg. Thank you. The Legion toy also transforms almost the exact same. It's crazy. By the way, RID 15, solid Legion toys. If you ever want like good Legion toys, get from that line. They're really good. Oh no, his wing. I didn't even know that could pop off. Oop. I just learned today this could. Never had that happen before now. But anyway, you can see in the jet mode, the black wings just add to it instead of this being like fully red. I do love just how this looks. I did think about adding some blue into this whole like kind of textured bit here, which again, if I ever redo this, I might do it. Man, I want to redo this. I need a round 2. But yeah, I think as it stands, it's really nice. And it's little changes, but I think they work super heavily in this toy's favor. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our next one, which is High Octane Bumblebee. This is more specifically the Buzzworthy reissue that came out in Studio Series. And I hope to God this is not what Studio Series will count as High Octane Bumblebee. I want a really good toy of this design. It's one of my favorite Bumblebee designs in general. I love a stealth Bumblebee, and this is basically just that. So I'm 100% all here for it. I don't know, retool Studio Series 01 Bumblebee, retool car dropkick, make a new mold, I don't care. I just want this to not have only this toy. But anyways, what I did here is I pretty much based its deco mostly on the Takara version, but then added some stuff of my own. But for paints, I used a little bit of chrome silver. If it'll focus just a touch more, thank you. Some gunmetal. And finally, semi-gloss black, but for real this time. And so initially this toy was very plain. These were completely yellow pieces, and this wasn't painted. These were completely yellow legs. I'm not even sure. Okay, no, the toe wasn't even painted. Like, this version has a lot less paint, if I remember right. I think these black bits around the helmet weren't painted either. I know the gunmetal there wasn't. And so what I did is like I said, I based it primarily on the Takara version, added a little bit more to my own, but I also completely got rid of the gun. I cut it off and then I sanded this down flat. It isn't the cleanest look without the gun, but I'll take this over just a stupid giant projectile coming out of his arm. What I used the chrome silver for too is I did a little bit of dry brushing on the gunmetal. Really helps it shine. But yeah, painted some black around the legs to give it a bit more color. And of course you can flip this up, but I hate how skinny that makes the bottom of the leg look. But it is an option, so I just keep it down. Painted the black on these and then the gunmetal on both sides. A little bit of gunmetal around the collar. Then the head I painted. So I'm going to bring the camera up just a little bit to show off the head. My camera is still damaged. I mean, my tripod is still damaged from the Q&A. This will probably be a while before I end up replacing it, because I only think about it when I'm filming a video. But the head, I painted those little bits black. Then I think I repainted the face with gunmetal, then dry brushed it with some silver just to make it shine. Pretty sure I did. The alt mode has no changes. Yeah, no, I didn't change the alt mode at all. It's fine. It looks decent. The plastic still feels super weird. I don't know what it is about like the plastic for this, for mainly the alt mode parts. Like the road mode parts are fine, but the alt mode just feels weird. I don't know what the word is. It's just strange. But I do think this makes the toy look a lot better. The Takara deco, of course, in general is going to make this look better. But I think my extra little touches, like removing the gun, just kind of helps it a lot. Oh yeah, and then the final one here with Vector Prime. As you can see, I don't even have to see if I can zoom out just a touch. There we go. He's got a guy on his arm now. He's got the guy he should have had on his arm, which looks quite nice on him. But we're gonna go ahead and take him off and put Vector Prime to the side because nothing else for Vector Prime matters. We have a little Battle Master form for Safeguard, which this is just the gun mode, but I'm gonna go ahead and show off the paints real quick. I used some AS2 light gray. It was the closest match to Vector Prime. I think it matches mostly okay. Use some semi-gloss black. It'll focus, thank you. Some sky blue. And then color, I almost forgot, but I'm glad I had it on my table. Some lemon yellow. But it is a similar shape to what Safeguard's gun mode is for this Battle Master, which I have Safeguard here. I forgot to transform. Oh no, you get 2 on-screen transformations. You're gonna get more. But yeah, it's a similar shape, so I figured it would work. I did have someone suggest getting some like Creon wings that would plug into their legs normally and plug into here, which I would do if I had some extra ones. But I do think that was a very nice suggestion. Plus they could rotate, so you can make them kind of like look like wings there for the gun mode. But I think it's just so fine as is. Like I said, it's a similar shape, similar vibe. I think that's all that really matters for me. Which we'll go ahead and get him transformed. It is just a Battle Master, so. One thing I can say is I had to do a good bit of sanding right here, because when I would transform it, the backs of these thighs would like chip on this. Let's see, I had to sand down there. I kept these two tabs as they are, and I think I didn't sand down those. What else did I sand? I sanded down the bit of space in between there for the sake of the transformation. I'll say which version this is too, because the version of Battle Master this is makes this a lot easier as well. I kept this peg normal, little gray part of that peg there. But yeah, like as I would transform it, it would like scratch. It would like scratch right in there. So I sanded that down, and then I just kind of make sure I move the thighs, move the legs down as I do it. Flip this down, but I sanded that so that it wouldn't mess with this. I think I kept this peg, yeah, I kept the tab on this side black as well, just so it wouldn't chip. And here he is, little guy in robot mode. And he's very much a little cutie. I think I also sanded down the shoulders right here, because I think they would like slide up against the torso. Can't remember, it's been a little while. But I do think he looks very cute, and at least still like close to the right deco. It isn't 1-to-1 obviously, but I think it's still like decent for being like an updated version of him. And he's got a healthy little distribution of blacks and nice little blue bits to make him pop. The yellow visor, that was a pain to do. I also tried to sand down the middle of his head a little bit to get that right shape, but it looks kind of lopsided. It's funny. Let's go ahead and bring this camera down just so we can see him on a table, because he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Then we'll bring in Safeguard. This is the Takara version. There's my flex for the day. I picked up one of them. I love them. And you can see where the deco ideas come from. None of it's 1-to-1, but I think for what it is a decent little update to Safeguard. I hope, of course, I want Hasbro just to make one, and I'm sure once this video goes out, DNA is going to show their upgraded kit they teased a couple days ago, and it's just going to include a Safeguard, and this custom is going to be null and void. But I love him anyway. I got the idea to do it. This is, if I remember right, this is one of the Battle Masters that came with the Sparkless Seeker. It's the one that has gray limbs and a black torso. And I chose that one because, as you can see, a lot of the tabs and stuff I didn't have to paint because they're already gray. And the black torso, this peg would have normally gotten in the way because I can't paint a peg and it still work. I have not evolved to that skill. And so by doing it like this, I can keep the peg black and it would make sense with the rest of the deco. I also sanded it down so that it would just sit flush on his arm. The downside of this is it's going to make other characters not really be able to hold it, but it wasn't made for them, so I don't care. But yeah, I do think it translates all right. It's not the best, but I do think it does its job. Let's bring in the others from the custom Corral, which I guess Twinferno still in his jet mode, so there we go. There we go. Come on. Come on, do a little pose. Be funny. Come on. Come on. No? No? Okay. I understand. He didn't want to do it. But yeah. Overall, I like these little projects. I like doing these little custom Corral episodes because they just kind of sit around, chill out, and just talk about a couple little things at once. Nothing major. Nothing I worked like days and days of my life on. Like I think Twinferno and Bumblebee were collectively one sitting. The Battle Master Safeguard was like 2 or 3, just because I had to, do other things. But I do think they all turned out nice. They're all little lovely things. I love Twinferno to death. Hasbro, make that his canon design, or just do something with that design. I'm begging you. Imagine a Legacy RID 15 Twinferno. Imagine that getting like a Voyager toy. This big buff dude, dragon hands, turns into a spaceship. It's cool, alright? I don't know. High Octane Bumblebee, please get a Studio Series toy. I still love the paint I did. And I still do think the Age of Extinction toy is okay. But please get a Studio Series toy. And Safeguard, DNA is going to replace you in like a week or two probably. Like, I'm sorry, man. But, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.